Hello, good evening. Hey, Random Fishy, I'm glad that you like it. I'm trying to, diversify. I am trying my best to diversify. And, you always have to, suit the mood. I will tell you the Andrew Apple Pie, I just like it because it really suits the mood and it's a very good artist. And it's because we're used to it from the old days. But yeah, I'm trying now to put some diversification into the program. I hope you guys are doing well. I don't have so much to share. I shared already my videos how I was out and about and how I was cooking my salad. I ate my salad. I was very satisfied. And then I watched some things that I will talk about. I looked. I looked a little bit left and right, but there's really nothing in girl world. There's nothing. I made an interesting community post if you have seen it. I think that it's very funny. I think it incorporates a lot of humor. I agree with this completely. It needs some time until it gets onto the screen. I don't know why it takes its time. I regret even putting it because it's just a post. Whatever. I'm not going to waste the time input. What is it doing? It's annoying me on purpose. No, I didn't even put it. It's my fault. I don't know. Forgive me. I'm slow today. Look. I think it's a very good community post. I think it expresses a lot. And I think Breezy should really make another chia seed recipe. We should see also some pictures of her. And my point of this all is that you can still keep it lighthearted and funny, but these people, they're so bitter and they know. Why are they bitter? Because they know themselves that they're assholes and they're guilty. person that is not feeling guilty and doesn't feel like an asshole doesn't feel bitter, you know. They're like me joking around. I don't feel bitter towards anybody. And but these people, they're not like that. They're not. But I'm really glad about my community post. We have to make the wheel, but I want, you know, if we're gonna make the wheel, I want to have more people. If there's not more people gonna be in the chat, then we won't make it, because there's no point. There's no point for just for 2 people, you know, for 3 people to hang out with this. Then I might as well just talk about what I want to talk about, and who wants to listen listens, who doesn't. If there's more people, then we can play the wheel. Without people being in the chat, there is really no point. This is the truth. I want you to see this. Look at this. This is for me. Fishy, you're gonna enjoy this. It's not girl work content, it's live content. 105-year-old woman. Listen to what she said about life. It's really interesting. I don't know, these things are interesting me nowadays. And I have to go see my grandmother too.
35. What advice would you give to her?
I would never get married when I was so young, because what the hell is my hurry? Don't do that, because that's stupid. That's what it is. You could be in the wrong place at the wrong time. You're finished. It'll always be like this.
But we don't
would have, should have. It's over. It's all up here. It's how much you want it. If you want to be
I was thinking to make the subject of spin the wheel. Let's write a poem of sympathy to one of the Foodie Beauty reactors, because, you know, they're absent. Like, we can put garlic bread, Breezy, of course, the main ones, and then we can put FFG, garlic bread, FFG, Breezy. Who else do I know that covers Foodie and I don't like them very much? And then whoever gets the win, we write them a poem of apology. I feel so sorry for you. I hope that you're getting by with your life.
Rest. And if you want to cry, go to the...
Today, I'm in New York City, asking a 105-year-old some of life's deepest questions. Jeanette is the oldest person I've ever interviewed. She was my current age in 1920 when the Second World War ended. She has lived over 10 decades and has one of the most interesting...
I don't even know them anymore because I don't pay attention to them. You have Milky, the young one, and then you have the Milky Tea, with that's a teacher, and then you have so many
perspectives.
Or even though I'd Cookie, we could write her also. She's also part of that group.
Life. She walks to her community home every day, still dances, and is extremely mentally sharp. At 105 years old, she is one of the wisest individuals we are blessed to have with us on the planet. And I can absolutely guarantee that her advice today will blow your mind. How old are you?
How old am I? 105.
What is your date of birth?
February 2nd, 1920.
February 2nd.
Figure it out.
I'm figuring. It's just, it's a long time ago. What does it feel like to be 105?
Your feet hurt more.
But she has her birthday February 2nd, and I have my birthday February 3rd, you know, like it's same star sign. Same, you know, like
your eyes bother you? You become a little deafer?
I've never interviewed someone who's 105. You know, usually people are around the 100 mark, but you've lived 5 years past the 100 mark. What do you think is? What do you think is the reason why you're?
I'm
Fishy. I love it that she's so agile and still so clear-minded. You know, like no wet brain whatsoever. Like me, at her age, 105, she is so agile and sharp. It is admirable. Like really. That's why I said, you know, for me this is interesting content. I don't know. I know some people are like, but for me, this is very interesting. I would be sad for myself if I would miss out on this.
I'm surprised I'm living this long, but I'm here. And I'm glad I'm here.
Would you say you feel your age?
It has its good points. It has its points. You take it as it comes. Each age leaves its mark.
Hey, Erin,
I didn't
nice
do
to
anything
see how you're
special.
doing
I
right
always
now.
ate good because I'm not a junk eater. I'm a good eater. I'm a pretty good sleeper. One thing I used to do, which I stopped, but I did it, I used to smoke. And now I tell the kids, don't do that because it's going to do something with your lungs. Because I have a little problem with my lungs. And once it does something with your lungs, you're finished. Your lungs will never clear up, never. But how do you tell these smart aleck kids that walking, look, I'm so grown up, because they're stupid. That's what it is. But of course, when you're young, you're not that smart.
Okay, where do you think most people go wrong then? Because a lot of people don't live to 105 or 100 or even 90.
Well, it's not up to them.
But where do you think people go wrong in not being able to live to
It's gonna
the
get
point
more
you're at
interesting,
and
guys.
also feel the way you feel?
Well, people have nothing to do with it. But it's not up to you how long you're going to live. There's no secrets.
When you stop,
See, this is what she says. I like it. It's not up to you how old you're gonna live. There's no secrets. You don't know about your health. You don't know. You don't know.
all right.
I'm Jewish.
Isn't it nice how she takes the microphone from his hand? You know, like, let me get the mic, you know?
And the Jewish people believe that when you're born, there's a book, and your whole life is written in the book. How long you're going to live, what kind of life you're going to live. In other words, your whole life is mapped out for you. That's why people could be on a sidewalk. A car will go on a sidewalk and kill them. They're on a sidewalk, and a car, it happens. So it really doesn't depend on you.
She's very realistic. I also tell you guys, tomorrow's never promised. It doesn't mean that I'm sick, you know. I could just fucking boom, just disappear tomorrow. That my wet brain doesn't look the right direction of the road and I get hit by a car.
It depends on the book. I'm going back to the book. You have nothing to do with it. People die in their sleep. Some people are in and out of hospitals. It has nothing to do with you, how long you're going to live.
One of the best life lessons I've learned after all of these interviews is that the quality of your life is determined by the decisions you make every day. Now, after I film interviews, I love going home and having peace of mind. So I've been using Opera Air Browser, the sponsor of today's video, recently because it has simple and intuitive features that help you be more mindful, and Opera Air Browser's features for free.
Things we called fun. It was simple life, very simple. Because people had nothing.
What do you think people were nicer back then than they are today?
Yes, I think so. I think they were kinder to each other, which is a big loss. A big loss. Because people need people. Because you can't live alone. If you live alone, you'll drive yourself crazy.
Do you think the world was safer back then than it is today? The world? Do you think it was
safer than it is today? No. Today the kids have guns. When did you ever hear a kid having a gun or a knife? Never. You have it today. It's a different world. Is it a better world? I don't know. It's a tougher world. It is. It's tougher. You could be in the wrong place at the wrong time. You're finished.
It was not like that before.
No.
So you want to hear something crazy?
Yeah.
When the Second World War ends, this is 1945, right? You're 25 years old. I'm 25 years old.
When I make
so you're my age when the Second World War ended.
I know my brothers were in the army. In fact, I used to show pictures. There they are with a gun, which made my mother very happy.
Guys.
Showing her son is with a gun.
We're talking about
shoot you, you're going to shoot me.
While we're talking about the army, did you hear that in the real world? You have Denmark, you have Norwegia, you have Israel. Is must that women go into the army, and now other countries are also imposing it, that women have to go. Like everybody got to go in the army. Like Europe is strengthening itself and putting conditions to strengthen itself. Imagine that you're now a kid, you know your age. Imagine that you're right now age 16 years old, and you all of a sudden hear that you're gonna have to be going to the army. It is what it is. It's your time, you know. This is the time of your life, and this is crazy. Maybe to you it seems crazy, but for the rest of the world it seems like the right thing to do. Isn't the life fucked up, guys? Isn't it fucked up? So many countries are now implementing this, making the force stronger of their countries, and imposing military work on all the youth that's under 21, 22. All of them got to do their time. Yeah, it makes sense to me. Wait, I want to show you the wheel. One of the advantages of being a young woman. Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't mind doing some time in the army, honestly. And then you have they pay you. It's not like they put you to do it for free. They give you a salary, not a big one, but it's not like you don't get anything out of it. And then if you want to continue and make a career, I don't know. I don't find it so bad. Yeah, it sucks. You know, maybe it's because I'm not in that position. You know, I'm talking this way. I'm also considering this. Okay, check out my wheel. Let's just go to the wheel. Happy topics. Can you see the wheel? Like I see the wheel? Do you see what I put? It is how many options we have? 5. Should we add? I want you to think. Take a moment and think if we should add anyone else, because you also have to add to this creation. I'm also trying to think. Millie Bieber. That's the other, the Milky. Yeah, the Milky Bieber. The one with the pink hair, Milky Bieber. I didn't write it correct. Milky Bieber. And who else did I was thinking about somebody else right now. Kaya Simons, but I can't even say anything about Kaya because he's not making any content on foodie really. But I can still put her in the mix. Why not? Kaya, why not? I can do something. I can put my mind. I can put myself together if I need to do it. Okay. Kaya also we have in the mix. Making a letter or poetry of feeling sorry. I didn't take Poppy off. He has a job, yeah? Yeah, Mickey Chais, yeah. Okay, I'll take Poppy off. He's like, yeah, don't mess with Poppy. Leave him in the job. But he does react very much on Foodie Beauty. He does, and I know him from before. Yeah, and I wouldn't know what to say. He's not. You're right. I wouldn't know what to write to him because he's not personal. I have personal things with Breezy, with Garlic, not really, but with Milky, not really. Also, but I can put her to the point. FFG, I have personal story. Kai, I have personal story. Okay, let's move on. Everyone's like, shut up, Bonnie. You're just proving more and more that you're fucking crazy. I'm not. I'm just very long in a community, and it is what it is. If you stay long in a community, you meet the people, of course. Just like in my thumbnail, like Azria said, you've been here way before me. Yeah, I have. Thank you so much that somebody gives me the credit at least. Yo, Mama, did you see Azria as more person than you? Did you see that Azria has more character than you have ever had towards me? She at least said that. I like that so very much. It really made me happy. Now I can never be mad at her until she says something bad about me again. But no, now I cannot ever be mad at her. Well, because with this one, she bought me 100%. Maybe she did that with, she knew it, but maybe she didn't. Maybe because she really feels that way. We'll never know the truth. Let's flip the coin. Let's spin the wheel. Hey, highlight groceries. Hey, wait, we have highlight groceries here. Can you please confirm if you want this wheel to be like this or to add something to it? The matter of the wheel is this. The topic is this. Sending a letter / poetry, giving compassion to foodie beauty reactors that she's not around, making them feel better about themselves. I want your feedback also because you're also a reactor and creator very high in this community. You have to also say if I should add someone to this list. But honestly, I think this is enough. I don't know who else I could possibly add. FBRC, but FBRC is already so. Nobody will find it funny. Everybody will be like, oh my god, now you're pathetic. This guy, it's not even, nobody talks about him. He doesn't even make content anymore. Fusion. Add Yaba. I cannot add Yaba. That's the thing, because Yaba, I don't know what to say. To FFG, I have some feelings for her. But I don't have any feelings for Yaba. I wouldn't know what to say. The only thing I know, I can say that she's a foodie beauty reactor, that she has a very conscious accent, an American, 100% true American, and that she's a lesbian, but I cannot, make a joke about that, because that's just not funny. I cannot with FFG. I don't know why with FFG I'm feeling for FFG. For Yaba, I have no feeling. I have no feeling. I'm dry for Yaba. I'm so dry for her. No, let's just keep it like this then. Everybody put a 1 in the chat if you want me to keep it like this and we give it a spin. Or if you still want to put Yaba, I don't know what to say. But you'll probably get an earful back. No, Yaba doesn't even look at my channel. I'm not afraid of that. These people don't react. FFG also doesn't react. They don't look at my channel, You guys look at my channel, but they don't. And they might have people, that say, check out. But they're like, oh my god, like Bali, who cares what she says? Nobody cares. Nobody gives a fuck what Bali says. And they're kind of right. So they don't care to watch. And they don't care what I think about them either. Because I'm European. And they don't give a shit about Europeans. They're racist. I know racist is the wrong word. Random Fish taught me the right word. It's not racist. Hey, there was a racist thing that I was going through today. Hey, check it out. Racist story, because I know people love the stories. You want to hear? Listen to this. So, from the website where I subscribed, I had someone that was writing me, and then the person is like, I'm like, I want to see your picture. And the person in the messages wrote me. I mean, the person in the messages wrote me that they are dark. They used the other word that I'm not going to say. That they are dark-skinned. And I said, yeah, okay, I want to see a picture. And then they sent me a picture that they were completely white. And I'm like, what are you doing, catfishing? I have no idea. What were you doing? I didn't even know what to respond to that. I didn't even ask the skin color. And the person writes, I'm a dark-skinned guy. And I'm like, okay, whatever. Send me the picture. I still want to see a picture of you. And then they send me a picture of them being white. I'm like, what are you doing? What is this catfishing? This is racist catfishing. This is racism catfishing. This is so terrible. You're fucked in the head. I didn't even reply anything back. I did not. Hey, brother Dewey. I didn't even reply anything back, but I can show you the messages and I can show you the pictures also. Not the picture. He only sent me one picture of him white, but I can show you where he says that he's a dark. I'm like, okay, send me the picture. I don't mind. That's the skin color for me. It does not matter. And then I get this answer, like this. And I'm looking at the picture myself again because it's so weird. Why is this guy completely? But like we're talking white, and like obviously white. It's so weird. People are just messed up. I'm telling you, I'm not even looking at it anymore. Let's spin the wheel. Sounds like gaslight. Okay, so everybody, are you ready for the wheel? Sunday night. We are. What is the subject of the wheel? The subject of the wheel is foodie beauty reactors that might need a kind word right now because they are dried up. Let's give them some sympathy because we are the good people. And we are really the good people. In the end, they're the assholes. You know, you're very talented. Like, I've learned that if you instead of fighting people, you know, like with kindness, and you become such a kind person, and in the end you make it funny, and you can really change people to be kind. I'm telling you, because they can't. They feel so awkward to be mean to you. They feel awkward to be mean. You influence them in the right direction with this way. Okay, so let's make poetry for these people. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. No joking, let's spin it. Oh my god, garlic, it's in the middle. Garlic, my lovely garlic. And you know what? I love making poetry for you because it's so easy for me. You really are. It's so easy for me to write. Yeah. No, I'm not on shrooms. Why would I be on? Okay, so let's think about poetry for garlic. I'm thinking while we think of the poetry for him, should we watch something in the meantime? But no, because then it will distract me and then I won't be able to put anything together. I can put it together quickly. We can do this quickly. My roommate is listening to music all night long. I can hear it. And he has the earphones in. It's amazing, you know, like I have not listened to I have not listened to music, guys, like this like in a long time. Because I find it you're childish. I really do find it childish. I don't understand some people how can they can do it. And I think that honestly they're aware of it. It's kind of like a little bit autistic. Because he listens to the same song also, I can hear it. It's so loud that I can hear it. Okay, let me not be mean now and just continue. Oh my god, it's annoying me. Hold on. Why is the page not responsive? Wait, hold on. You're gonna be on your receiving before you get up easy. Yes, it's very good. I have to get into my email so we can make, you know, the place where we can write. I don't know why this is making me troubles. I'm sorry, guys, for the not good planning, but it's the computer's fault as well. Page unresponsive. Why is it unresponsive? It's annoying me. I'm finding it very weird because the internet and everything works, but it's making such problems. Now it's entering. Hold on. To enter my email, why? Oh, hold on. It's just working slow, guys. I can't do anything about it. It's the cheap computer. And I know that it's my fault, but... Okay. I'm gonna start writing the poem. Dear garlic. Wait, I'm thinking. Wait, let me get a little bit going and then I show you. Otherwise, I'll have blockage. I'm getting it done well, guys. Dear garlic, you struggle to make content. Missing foodies so-called non-tent. does not all this free time make you happy? You could be producing work that's not crappy. Okay, I can show you. Hold on. I have to get going, otherwise I get blocked. It's hard to write poetry. It's not so easy like you guys think. You have to get a roll. And then you fix it up and you edit it and you find new words that fit better. And even though you see this doesn't work, but the dot it's better. We can add Anita, what's she? And then we can get. Why is it not in color? Why is it not in color? It's so weird. Okay, right. Yeah, good. Are you liking it so far? Right, let me think. I'm enjoying this. I love writing poetry. I love this kind of shit. I know that's not really cool, but whatever. I'm old. What do you want? I don't crochet. Hold on, I want to give something, like strong. Do you now think about your future? Maybe you should develop some culture, but I don't think that works. Word-wise, grammatically. Maybe you should develop. You cannot develop culture, or you got it or you don't. You cannot develop your culture. Do you think about your future? Do you now think about your future? Not maybe. You should just develop some culture. That has nothing to do with future. Wait, I can write this. That doesn't sound even bad. Makes sense also. What do you think? What do you think, guys? No, that doesn't make sense. How we can ask? Wait, I have to check the chat. I'm in my world. Hold on. You're so big bone cheesy. Will it be easy? You thought the streets are, yeah, exactly. That's also good. Very good, very good. I love this time. Um, after this was easy. You thought the rose of girl easy. With time, people learn that you are sleazy. You thought was a girl would be easy. I often feel sorry for my true friend Breezy. Yeah, sounds good. And now I want to add also something bridge about bridge, but no, I don't want to mention it. True crime, I have to mention. Yeah, this we're gonna go like this. I love your new collab with True Crime. I think it makes you look very fun. Yeah, and then well, take out bridge to done. Take out. I don't care. She can be mad at me. I really don't care if she's mad at me. Bridge, I don't give a shit. I'm not talking bad about you. I'm just making cute stories with you. Take out bridge. I'm not saying anything insulting ever about you. I have not really done ever that. You were bitchy to me. I was a little bit. I was never was evil to you, and that's a fact. You're part of girl world, and I consider you that. So there you go. You're part of poetry. It is what it is. And with your true crime collab with Greg Bread, just makes you part of it. Cannot give you a card of passing card of immunity. I love your new collab with True Crime. I think it makes you look very fine. Not very. It's just I think it makes you look fine. Take out bridge to die. Yeah. Very nice, very nice. Please, do you have any? I think this is kind of already a good poem. Like I'm telling you, like I don't think I need to continue more. Like then I will be already like ridiculous. What do you think? Everybody put a 1 in the chat if this should be it. Or give a suggestion. I cannot only be the creator of this. No, I have to put something about the views. I have to do. Hold on, it's not finished yet. I'm sorry. I have to do this. This is my work. I have to care for it. You flex with views. You daily, daily no, I can, but you often flex with you daily with views. Having to depend on foodie, I am glad making my content. No, I'm glad that I am not in your shoes. In your shoes. You often flex with your views. Having to depend on foodie, I'm glad I'm not in your shoes. Look now. Who is the cow? No, that's just I like it. Leave me alone. I think that I made a fantastic poem, and this is my style, and I don't want to mess with it. Please put a 1 if you like it as well. Do you like it? Can I send it? Are you confirming? Please proofread and tell me, because I'm sending it. Okay, we're sending it. Look now, who is the cow? Copy. And I can't, the only thing I can do, I can just put it on my community post, and that's the right way to do it. I don't want to spam his email. I want it to be funny for everybody, and I put it on my community post, and that's the right way to go about it. I believe. I'm very mature. I think you also agree with me. I should pick a picture as well. But going to my community post. We should put a picture because you have the option. That's the thing. If you have the option to put a picture, why not put also a picture? Posts. Okay, let's arrange it a little bit. Let's think about what picture we could put. So I have to just, like I don't edit when I write and chats, but when I make emails and poetry and all that, I really do take my time, guys. But the chat is not worth my time on Girl World. Are you out of your mind? Yeah, it's very good poem. Right. Having to depend daily. Okay, and then I will tag him at Gorlick. Why not? Because it's fun for him. He should be honored that anybody writes some fucking poetry. For fuck's sakes, man. No shit about that one. I should put a picture or no? Just leave it as it is. No picture. Okay, we're setting it. No, I still want to put a picture. See, that's the thing. I like to not make it nice. Why not if I can? It just takes a moment. Just a small moment of time. Look, Loudmouth Hussy is again, of course, streaming. Something for sure about foodie beauty, some trash, and people that are bored and they don't have no life. They're like, yeah, Hussy, oh, Hussy, we love you so much. Such idiots. It's sad. I have to think. No. This is confusing my English. I like this. I don't know, but I like it. And I'm gonna just use it. No, it's not gonna. People might misunderstand. But I like that. Can you see what I see? No, I'm watching all myself. I'm suspicious always. I like this. You sent me some AI. It says Dale 3. I used that once. No, I want to make something that reflects on the poem. This doesn't reflect on his poem. This reflects on my stream, not on his poem. Worry for the future. No, this because now this is all helpful, things. I feel bad now. And he's not following any. It's like, don't worry. I already put pathetic. Wait, I have to think of a word. Leave me alone. I have to think for one moment. This is what it is. Artists, I cannot be put on the point on the gun spot. I'm trying to insult him, but I don't know how. Loser, pathetic. Because in the end, he's not making so many videos, but he still is. You see, I should not even have thought to put this picture. I made it more harder with my picture idea. Let's put a picture because we didn't put a picture. And now, just put this. No, I'm not putting any picture. I've decided to not put a picture. I don't know how to decide. It's wrong if I don't know how to decide. I'm just posting it like this. Boom. There we go. It's best like that. If I'm thinking too much, it's something is off. Hey Hammy, nice to see you, lovely. Hey Hammy, did you know that Keeks wrote me? Me and Keeks communicated. She's really okay, and I'm okay with her. I didn't reveal and everything because I'm not an asshole, like it's not content for me. She spoke like a human, we spoke like humans, and we wrote like humans. Do you hear that, Harry? Like an insert leprechaun. Okay, so we put. Please go like my post so I don't feel loserish. It's ugly when you feel loserish. Is it there? Yeah. Yeah, not bad poem. I like it. Well written, well written. I'm gonna pat myself. Okay. Oh, but there's really nothing going on in Grow It, guys. It is so dry. Look back, YouTubers getting criticism.
I bought groceries for my family. I can't even buy
Fishy,
things for
this is
myself.
I told you this is the guy that passed away and he got a huge YouTube channel. I'm talking about we're talking about who, and then the woman tried to continue it, but she got backlash. He has 88K subscribers, so kind of like Foodie Beauty, and his videos have like 30K views and one over so many likes.
But doesn't mean that um I'm not happy, but just so in my life.
You're getting by. You're surviving.
Yeah, we're surviving.
Your whole family was just surviving.
Yeah.
And so,
I didn't have a choice because this is how I am. I mean, I grew up in a poor family.
Yeah,
so
well, like many other Filipinos,
yeah,
the
not
same
just
thing.
me. I'm not alone.
Yeah, you're not the only one. But people accuse you of, marrying a foreigner just so that for the money to change your life,
privilege.
and that it has nothing to do with love.
For easy
that,
life.
That's not a part of it. It's all about money. It's all a
Listen, this is very interesting for me because in the end I was also very judgmental towards him and to all these because I watched them from the very beginning, guys. I watched them when they started, when he wasn't even with her. I watched everything from the beginning, so I have a different perception to everything. And I lived also in Asia, so I'm just saying. So I'm judging her. Yes, I am judging her. Is she really in for the money or does she love him or what do I think about it? I will tell you.
fractional or a relationship, transactional relationship. We get accused of that. Some of my friends get accused of the same thing. And so, I mean, what's your thoughts on that? I mean, like, you know, when we met and everything, I mean,
at first when I have a I can dream like that. Like I was in the elementary, like 6th grade. I don't like the people what I see in my surroundings. Like they have a Filipino boyfriend, girlfriend, like that, but they just want to have fun, but they're not really think about the future. So
Right.
at that age, I'm already thinking about I don't want to be with this. I don't want to be like that. I don't want to be. My future will be the same with hers, like that. That doesn't have from the beginning of the relationship. The boy is so nice of her, so sweet, but in the future not anymore, so the behavior or the attitude change a lot. So and
You're talking about with Filipino men,
yeah, the
right?
Filipino.
She's wearing a lovely dress, I have to say. I really like the dress. Very nice dress. Something I also would wear.
And most of the Filipinos that I've seen
If
or
I
that
would have
I
the
met,
body.
they're like that. They just want to they look handsome in school. They want to wear clothes nice, but they're not smart. I'm sorry. But they're not thinking about the future of their future and their family's future, like that. So for me, I never dream about Filipino. Never dreamed to have a Filipino boyfriend. And I don't want. I'm already poor, and I don't want my family. I don't want that my own. If ever I have my own family,
She's just admitting it. Yeah, it's security. She that doesn't want Filipino young. They're not, they cannot offer, stability and all of that. And she's just admitting it. Kind of, like it is what it is. But you cannot blame the women like that because there's a lot of women like that international. And especially in those countries, they're raised to think like that. You cannot blame them. She's one of the good ones, let's put it like that. She really stuck by this guy, and she didn't ask him for I don't know what. She really was okay. That afterwards that she tried to make something out of the YouTube channel, I think to myself, would you blame her? Would you not try to do the same thing? She quit. She's tried it, like 1 month or 2 months, and then she said no. She got so much hate, and she said she's finishing it. She's not doing it.
I don't want my children will have don't no food to eat and go to school that no money, no allowance, and can't even provide for my children. So that's very sad, and I don't want my child will experience of what I've experienced.
Yeah.
So
Because you went days without food sometimes, right?
yeah,
In your family, yeah.
yeah.
Was that a common thing?
What? Oh,
Going without food?
yeah, common. Yeah, common. Especially in the province. I mean, in the mountain. Where
See, he's married to her. He knows these answers. He's just asking, and this is a little bit exploitation, to make content. And it is what it is, Can I blame the guy? Content creation is content creation, but he knows, but he puts that in there. He went several days without food. He knows that, it's just there, to add to the story. It is what it is, guys.
Filipino live far away from
Yeah,
the
I'm
city.
talking about your family, though.
Oh, my family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So many days you went to bed with no food and got up with no food and went to school with no
we're
food.
little.
Yeah.
Really, our father is the only one who support the whole family. That we are. I mean, it's 6 of us in the family, and dad maybe earn I don't know, like 300 pesos a day or less than that. That was a long
How
time
much?
ago. 300 pesos a day or maybe
20 pesos?
No, 300 pesos.
300 pesos.
Or
About
maybe less than that.
about $6 a day. Yeah.
So,
But going back to what you said about Filipino young men, I don't really think it's fair to say that they're like that. They're different from other young men. And I've been to, grew up in America. I've been all over the world. I think young men in general, myself included, when I was that age, say you were, early 20s or even a teenager and you're dating boys, we're all the same. These young guys, they want sex, they want to have a good time, they want to look good, they don't want respect.
Yeah, he's right. He's just saying, hey, what do you expect from a young boy? You're the same age, you're like, it is what it is, but his culture is raised with this mentality. For them, it's normal, but it's not right. You're saying it the right way. The boy is the boy your age, but of course he doesn't have yet all money yet because he has to make that money happen, And she's basically saying, no, I prefer older because, that already is a fixed security there, for me and my family. So it's not like, no, let's build on each other or let's build together. It's not that mentality. And I cannot blame her. I'm not going to be a bitch and blame her because it's everybody, 99% thinking like this.
Responsibility. I think it's typical of all young men. And so dating boys, we're all the same. These young guys, they want sex, they want to have a good time, they want to look good, they don't want responsibility. I think it's typical of all young men. And so when you end up with someone who is so much older, and different and with different culture, I think we're more responsible. We've learned we made our mistakes in life, and yeah, we're the mature, and we realize that our responsibility is to take care of our wife and take care of our family, and we're willing to do that, willing to sacrifice for that. Whereas young men of any nationality, not just Filipinos, are kind of out there for a good time. And so you decided at an early age that you might be better off marrying somebody from another country, right?
And also not
and she laughs about it. She's smitten about it. Yes, I want to marry someone from a young age. You shouldn't be proud about that. You should say, I'm proud of my heritage. I want to stay with my country, my family, my roots. It's not really something to gloat with, to say like, yeah, I want to marry someone from another country, and
because I've seen Filipinas that their husband is a foreigner. I also like in my mind like, oh, I want to have a like that too in the future, like a foreigner, but not Filipino.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean that I don't like Filipino. I'm judging them, not like that. I just want to, it's my opinion, for my future. Like that.
And so, you decided to do that, and we've done videos on how we met and everything. But, tell us about, our relationship, that we really do love each other. And people can't seem to believe that a beautiful young woman like you is going to be in love with an old man like me who's 69 years old. They just think that's totally impossible. It can't possibly be true. She's got to be after it for the money. And anybody knows my story, I'm one of the least wealthy foreigners in Dumaguete. I don't have a lot of money, never have had a lot of money. Came here with, very little.
Yeah. We all know it. People revealed him that they called him that he was like how you call it? A crook, a little bit of a crook.
I told you that in the beginning when we met. I didn't lie to you about my financial situation. I told you about losing my
cruise ship and all of that, and getting investors, and then saying to the investors, "There's no boat," and things like that.
House and what little money I had, and that I wasn't going to be able to buy you fancy things, or I wasn't a rich guy, and I wanted you to know that from the beginning, and that didn't seem to matter to you.
No, it doesn't matter because I dream of a man that is going to love me, take care of me. That's it. But I don't care if he's poor, as long as this person is totally like into you. Is that correct? Yeah. Like won't hurt you.
Yeah.
I've seen foreigners. I've heard foreigners that they, even if they're the one who support the family, I mean their girlfriend, but they're rude to her.
Yeah. I've seen that too. Yeah.
And because I got money, you need to listen to me. You need to wear that. I am the one who supports this family. You need to wear it. I don't want you to wear pants. I want you to wear shorts.
I don't want to be mean.
Like, I don't want that. I don't care if you have money, but I don't want
that. With women of all types, not just Asian, all types. With Romanian women are different, Asian are different, but women are women. I don't know. I'm sure she's authentic, but she's a little bit, of course, playing her role. In the end, we all know. Look at her. She's pretty. You think that she likes to... Okay, now the guy passed away. And she got the YouTube channel. But do you think that a woman that young, she likes to go to sleep and wake up with an old person? Give me a break. No. Accepting and, and being, grateful, yes. I get that. But to be, like, happy about your choice and going after what you want, and what you deserve, no. It's just settling for comfort.
I don't want to wear tiny shorts.
Yeah.
I can't wear that.
Yeah.
And one time that you asked me to wear, we went to Octagon, and that's a sports bar, right? And we went to Octagon. You asked me that to wear a tiny short, but it's really uncomfortable. Honestly, it's really uncomfortable. I'm not used to wear tiny shorts. Maybe I can wear shorts at home, but not to go around, outside the house. But it's really uncomfortable. That I don't want people will see me like my legs like that. I don't have a what is this clean skin like that. I got a lot of scars, honestly.
You don't have any.
I do have because of my we have a cow, and I cut this. I don't know what's that called. These weeds to feed the cow like that. So I get scratched. I get a lot of wounds. So
this is completely unnecessary information. Like she's like, I have a lot of scars. Like telling. She knows that she's being filmed. They're not talking privately. But it's just content, just to add. And now she's giving some story how she has to do I don't know what and how she got the scars.
stars of every story. So and also
You
I
see
played
things
a
that
lot.
I never even noticed. Anyway, that's beyond the point. And so going back to our
Oh
relationship.
no, wait, I'm not
All
done.
right,
I'm
go
not
on,
done
go on.
explaining.
Okay.
So from wearing tiny shorts, so I asked you one time, so this will be the first and the last time that you're going to ask me to wear shorts. Just because you like it doesn't mean that I can wear this all the time. So that's
Well,
our
you
first.
bought a pair of shorts. You look really, really good in them. And so, I said, why don't you wear those?
It's
And
okay with high
yeah,
waist. You just in the middle, in between of my
yeah, yeah,
knee, but not really
yeah,
tiny short.
yeah,
I can't. I
yeah.
just can't.
She never wears short shorts unless
Unless
she's
I
in the.
got perfect skin.
You do have perfect skin, but she only wears them in the house now. So of
But you didn't force me, so
course
that's
not.
it.
No,
You didn't force me. I
no.
mean, the next time, I mean, next time you didn't ask me
We
to
do
wear.
that to each other though. You say, "Oh, I don't like that shirt. Don't wear that hat." And so we do that to each other. It's not like a one-way street.
Mm.
You put something on, I like it. Sometimes I don't like it.
And
So
I'm saying about the age gap,
I'm
and
sure the
also
attractiveness of the
I
legs to your
mean, how
waist
you like,
is
when I
at the
met you
bottom of
compared
the
to
legs.
other foreigners that messaging me.
yeah,
Yeah.
Honestly, there's I know, I mean, a few of these people already heard this same story, but I'm gonna say it again. I got the option. I mean, not option, but option. I got an option,
mm-hmm.
but I chose to be with you because this man offered to give me a job and buy me a car, build me a house, but I didn't choose that because I don't want the person is going to tell me what will be my future.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, be with me because I'm going to build you a house.
Mm-hmm.
I am not like that, but I chose to be with you because of your attitude.
Mm-hmm.
So not of what you have, not of what you got.
Mm-hmm.
And I like you when
You see, this is for me a little bit fake. And this is exactly made Random Fish exactly before his death, 4 months prior his passing away. She's talking, I don't know, she doesn't seem to me like a authentic kind of love. It's all kind of, scripted and thought out.
I first saw you because you're tall,
Exactly
you're
what the people want to hear.
thin, not
It's
anymore.
not authentic.
You are slim, not anymore.
So I don't really
So
like her a
until
lot.
now, we're
Nothing like that.
happy. Yeah.
But
Yeah,
I
we don't. The age
found her
gap never
because
really
they're
comes up, and now we've got a baby, which kind of changes everything. So how do you feel about all that?
Oh my God, so much better, and
She
he's
didn't want
really
a
a
baby, but
blessing
she said,
and
and
such
he
an
made a
adorable
baby.
baby and handsome baby. So when I have my own family, I want to build my own. I mean, I have when I have a family, I want to have a baby with him like that. Not with just like what you said. Just because of my age, Jen, I can't really tell you. I can't promise that we can have a child with
Yeah,
me like that. So I accept that.
yeah.
I
Well, our
accept
deal
that.
was if it happens, it happens, and if it happens, I'll be happy. If it doesn't happen, you have to accept that. That's what
And
that was our agreement.
we cannot really avoid what other people can tell about us, even if they can't really
Yeah, they
accept.
judge us. Yeah.
Yeah, they can accept the fact that we are truly in love.
Mm.
So we can't change their opinion,
Mm.
but let's just focus to our family like
Mm.
that. So I don't care whatever you think about us,
Mm.
but just don't let us know that that's what you think about us because that really pisses me off.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I don't
And
know.
so
She
going
speaks
back
very
to it
well, but I
is,
don't
in
believe.
your
I
opinion,
don't buy it.
not just us, but it is possible for a beautiful young girl to actually be in love with an older guy who's that's that.
me, I don't consider
Exactly, yeah,
myself
Random
beautiful
Fish. I
because
agree
if
with you
ever I am
100%.
beautiful, there should be a Filipinos going to court. I mean,
Yeah,
yeah,
exactly. She's
Filipinos
doing
of court. I
so.
mean, but
Yes,
never,
exactly.
nobody
100%.
attempted.
That's why I say
No,
I
I mean, not
understand her.
attempted. Nobody attempt.
Yeah.
So I'm
I
not
understand her
No, you're
100%.
I go to
beautiful.
She's doing the
school, no
best with the
makeup.
situation.
I didn't wipe my
But yeah,
face,
she's
so
faking
it's
it.
oily, dirt.
Mm.
So I don't wear makeup, and
You didn't have any clothes either, really.
I do have clothes, of course, but
I mean,
I
not
have
much.
only one or two shoes like that.
Yeah.
And my shoes is like there's a hole
Yeah.
in it, so I have to go to school even if it's wet, so it's gonna stink. I mean, the smell is like
Mm.
that because it rained, so
Mm.
I need to wear it. I didn't have any choice.
You see, this is the thing. What is this? Putting this stories. My shoes were wet. They were smelling. They have a hole in it. It's come on. Give me a break.
I don't know. I
So you
need to wear
didn't date
shoes.
at all before we met, and you were 25, right, when we met.
Yeah.
Yeah. Never been on a date. People say that. People that can't believe that. They say, "How can it be with that beautiful girl who's never been on a date?" I don't believe that. She's
No,
lying.
actually, there's a lot of Filipinas,
Trophy
beautiful
wife. Yeah.
Filipinas, white, beautiful Filipinas that never had a boyfriend in their life.
Mm.
A lot. They just didn't know that because maybe in their country, wherever they are, wherever they live, at the very young age, maybe 16, they
Mm.
have I mean, the women there have already boyfriend. But Filipinos, we are family oriented, and we are afraid of our parents going to hurt us because at the young age, and also we're poor. We don't want
See
our
how
parents will
it's
get mad
true.
at us
This is
or hurt
true. Hey,
us. So we're
Pierre,
scared.
nice to see you, lovely Pierre.
And
Pierre.
nobody asked you out, and before I came along, and well, you said that you met some guys online, but
Yeah.
you never went out with them, right?
No.
No.
No, because they're just more in talking, but they're not interested of meeting me.
Right.
Yeah. And a foreigner asked me to like going to meet me and going to buy me a car. That really scares me. I don't know. Maybe I'm just innocent that time, but I don't want that. You know, if you have something, if you can buy this, you have money to buy that. Just
Yeah.
you know what I mean.
Right. Right. And so, how do you feel about your life now and our future?
Compared to my life before, my life right now is so much better because I have you. You always make me happy, and you always make me laugh. We're always joyful in our family, no problems,
Mm.
and we don't do any drama in our life. And we're getting along so much. And the age, I don't know whether people have problem with age, but for us, we're so compatible. Yeah, we talk politics, science, sometimes. Oh my God, honey, I can watch that. It's too smart for me. So you have your own thing. You can watch Sean Ryan or Joe Rogan, but me, I just gonna have my own thing too. Yeah, baby. Yeah. I
Well,
have
that's
no
true with all
problem with that.
relationships. You have your own things that you like, but I think a big part of the thing that we've got going for us is communication because your English is so good, and we can
Not
talk.
really good,
No, I think
but
it
I
is.
can just.
Yeah, but we can talk about anything. We never have a communication problem.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's real important.
And if ever you started to get mad, not really mad, like shout because you never shout on me, but when you mentioned like F word, like that, you know that I'm sensitive.
Yeah.
So I
F
get like,
word. He said the F word.
I can't really talk back. I can't talk back, even if a lot of explanation in my mind that I want to express, I want to say out loud, but I can't because like, I'm just gonna give you a silent for how many hours and then sorry, honey.
Yeah, that's the tempo thing. Yeah, it actually works out because Filipinos they tend to just kind of close up if there's any kind of drama or if their boyfriend or husband gets upset about anything. And the good thing about that is you don't say things that are going to hurt the other person. You don't start an argument where you say things that you regret that you said that because you were angry.
The
We
what?
don't that you don't say things that would hurt the other person's feelings because you just don't say anything at all. And so it doesn't escalate into hurting each other's feelings.
It's better
So
to be silent than
there's
to
and then
hurt
we
others.
we don't argue about anything. I mean, really. I mean, I
Yeah,
can't think
there's a time that I about what I am going to wear. Like I really want to wear this dress, but for you it's ugly. So okay, I'm going to change it. Yeah, because I want to look pretty for you.
Yeah.
Just for you.
She needs to experience with love. Yeah,
So
well
what
said,
else?
Well, you do the same thing to me. You
You've
always tell me,
never
"Don't
been
wear
in
that."
love. That's
Yeah, I
completely
didn't
right.
want to wear a hat.
She
I
hates it
don't
when I wear
want
hats.
it. And you
You're
kept saying,
completely right. She has never ever felt this, so she doesn't know what she's missing out on. To like really feel that passion and going crazy. Like you're high on just thinking about that person and feeling and smelling, and it's beautiful. To be in love is beautiful. I experienced it 2 times, 3 times, maybe. 2 times, 3 times. The third time I can't even say, but 2 times for sure. And the first time was with Steve, number one.
saying that the people will recognize me if I'm gonna wear a hat. No, so they can recognize you without wearing a hat.
I don't know when I wear my hat on
No,
live
you
stream.
look
Yeah, but
honestly, you don't look good when you're wearing your black hat. You look so much better when not wearing hat.
yeah,
Unless you're gonna wear your
fedora.
Like the hat.
what's that?
Call it fedora.
See, that's the thing.
Fedora.
That's too fancy to wear outside.
You look cool and so
Yeah.
nice.
That's the thing. She doesn't want. She wants it. She's a young woman. She wants to have somebody. She doesn't want to have a guy with a hat. I also don't want to have a guy with a hat. Logical. I don't want to have a guy with a hat, and I understand her. She's saying exactly what she wants. It's understandable, 100%.
I wear that though because people recognize it from online. They're not sure if it's me or not, so they see me with that hat on. It's a one of a kind hat. Nobody else has that same hat, and so people recognize me and they come up and start talking to me. It's kind of what I'm doing. I'm not trying to look good. I want to, my subscribers. I want them to come up and talk to me. So it helps a little bit. I know you don't like it. We go to dinner and stuff. I quit wearing it.
For the hat.
Yeah. And also, if ever that I want to see my friends and you just Go on, honey, do whatever you
MAGA
want
hat. MAGA
like that,
hat.
and I want to see them. Yeah, it's
Oh yeah, you got your freedom. If you
totally
want to go see your
fine.
friends or see your family, I don't care. You know.
Yeah, yeah, you're so nice. That's
Yeah.
why I love.
Um.
So I don't know why people saying that. Why did you like this age gap? It's too old.
You have
It's
to
too
wake up
young.
and
No
wash your
money.
hair.
But I think they are the one. They are the one who has problem, not us. They're the
A
one.
little bit.
Yeah, I agree. So there must be things though that you worry about. So I mean, what do you worry about for the future? I mean, what's your concerns about, you know, our relationship or our marriage or our family or whatever? Like, there must be things you worry about.
Oh yeah, there is.
Like what?
Losing you.
Losing me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You see,
I'm not allowed to
he
talk about
passes
that.
away.
It's like the one subject you will not let me talk about.
Passes away
That's the one
after
I'm
5
afraid.
months
Yeah.
from this video.
Well, we all go sometime, but
Yeah,
Just don't talk about
terrible
it.
guys.
yeah.
Terrible. That's why we're
So
watching this
I got a
together.
little
You
mark.
know, it's
That's right.
all
Well, you know,
recent.
you have to live every day as your
And then
fullest. So,
5
you know, I
months
think
after he
you live,
passes
you know,
away.
make the most out of every single day because there's no guarantee that you're going to live a long time. If I was, say, 35 years old, there's no guarantee that I'd be around till I'm 80.
MAGA
There's no
hats
guarantee.
on
We
your
know
fan.
people,
I don't
we meet them
know.
all the time that have
Try
died much younger than me.
and I'll
And I know other
the
people
show.
that are much older than me that, you know, they seem to be doing fine. So there's no guarantee. Nobody knows when
You don't know.
when your time is up. So you have to make the most of every day.
Mm. So yeah, we were so happy for. I mean, yeah, I don't know, but we're a happy couple. Happy.
Yeah, we're
couple.
very happy. Yeah. The next big thing is going to be for you to learn how to drive. That's our next thing.
It's not what a woman. Look at her face. A woman that doesn't say that she's happy. Do you see happiness in her face? Tell me right now. That's not when a woman is happy. That's not the look of a happy woman. 100%, guys. You know that I'm right. It's just a look of compromise.
I think that I just have to wait when the baby knows how to walk like that.
That's fine.
Or maybe it's too long. It's too long.
No, it's up to you. You know,
We don't know. The future.
bought the car for you, so it's basically your car. You know, it's just like.
It's because I know that I mean, I needed to know how to drive because in case, happens,
Yeah.
you can drive like that. So
A lot of our friends that are older and have a car and, you know, similar situation to ours is especially at night. They don't like driving at night because as you get older, it's harder to see at night. So their girlfriends do a lot of the driving.
No, even me. Well, you're the one who's driving. Like I am scared too. Well, you're the one who's driving, but I'm looking. Oh my God, it's so hard to see. I mean, at night, those people that would try to, who walk in the pedestrian because sometimes our street here no light.
Yeah.
So they should put the street light where the pedestrian.
He had a stroke. He had a stroke exactly 5-6 months ago. He had a stroke. This video was made 10 months ago. Or, yeah, 10 months ago.
Because it's really
stroke, just simply like that. But people knew that he had heart conditions.
dangerous.
Yeah, you got to be.
It wasn't sudden.
Because
it was
one
sudden,
time when
but
was
yeah,
that? That was yesterday. All the way home here, we almost hit the kid on his bicycle.
We did. He hit us. You know.
He did?
Yeah.
Oh, I need to check the car.
Yeah. No, that's all right. Yeah, on our driveway, which is a dirt road, this boy, 9-10 years old, one of the side trails that comes out onto our driveway, he just flew on, didn't even look, and ran right to the side of my car. But it didn't hurt him, it didn't hurt me. It was only going like a mile an hour, so no damage. But you got to be constantly on guard when you're driving here. But your eyesight's way better than mine, so eventually, at least at night you can do the driving. But we're taking a big trip coming up in a couple of weeks here, going all the way to Cebu.
Yeah. Oh, I don't want to tell the whole story about that because it's too soon. And
yeah. Well, what else? How do you feel about
what else?
Going to America? Because that's another thing that I've had people
America,
criticize. Well,
they never got to America.
The only reason she married you is if she can get her American citizenship and move to America. And once she does that, she'd dump you for somebody younger.
Yeah, he's making
Every once in a while, yeah. Every once in a while.
I never dream of going to America.
Yeah. You have no real desire to go there, do you?
No.
No. You don't want to go anywhere, do you? You like staying here.
I don't want flying, honey.
Yeah, she doesn't like flying. Yeah, she doesn't like flying. Yeah.
Turbulence really scares me.
Yeah, unfortunately, on our very first plane ride, I've been flying, for 60 years. And the worst turbulence I ever experienced was on her first flight. It was really bad. But it scared her.
Yeah.
But it's not always like that.
No, not really. Depends on.
She's smart. She's a smart cookie. She says, turbulence really scares me. Bullshit. If you want to make a life change, you don't care for that moment of turbulence. The right answer is I don't want to leave my family. I love my family and I feel good next to my family, and that's the reason why I don't want to go to USA. If I can have you and your money here next to my family, why would I want to leave? That's the answer. Sorry guys, I'm not saying anything wrong. This is the normal way that women think there. She said, literally, she said she got together with him and not with a young man, a Filipino her age, because she wants stability. She wants it easier.
The weather though.
Yeah, it depends on the weather. We're going to drive.
Don't hate me for saying the truth. It is what it is. I'm not saying it's wrong. It's for them. It's something very normal there.
So anyway, so it'll be okay.
But if ever go to US, maybe just to visit, but not.
Oh yeah, just to visit. Yeah, I'd
not living.
like for you to meet my family. My
It's
family wants.
expensive to live there, or
Yeah, it is. My family wants to meet you. They want to see Rogan. So hopefully, he's a little bit older and easier to handle.
and I want to see snow.
She has no interest. What for her? What to do in the USA? If her family's not there, there's no interest, and her family for sure doesn't want to move. They're like, let's just secure a place here. Why to move there?
Snow, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think every Filipino wants to see snow. The ice, wild animals there, bears, mountain lion, the bobcat.
Well, we got some of those in Kentucky where my family is, but not much. I think there's some black bears there. No mountain lions. Got bobcats. But lots of deer. Lots of deer.
Not the place with a lot of buildings, though. Not,
you don't like cities, do you?
No, not. Forget the Las Vegas. You said you want to go to Las Vegas.
Well, you say that. I
Las
used to
Vegas,
say.
you're just going to spend. You're spending too if you're going to see snow.
Well, yeah, but Las Vegas is great.
We already have building here. If you want to go,
yeah, but you don't have nothing like
a casino there, right?
Yeah, it's nothing like anything you've got.
She's being very modest and she's playing her role very well. I'm gonna give her plus points. Very modest and she's very convincing. But come on, she's just giving the people hearing what they want to hear, what he wants to hear, what the audience wants to hear. Of course, every person wants to. I also want to see Las Vegas, and I went. I don't want to go there again, but everybody, there's no way that you can say that you don't want to go. That's just lie.
Here, nothing like that. Nothing. I mean, I was very against going to Las Vegas for many, many years, and I moved to St. George, Utah, 100 miles north of Vegas, and we started going there. And it's just fantastic. I mean, the shows, the shopping, the malls, the food, the restaurants, and I don't gamble. I mean,
Anita, what is wrong with the name? I don't know. I don't have any culture. I don't have any history. What is wrong with this name? I haven't heard it ever. I thought it was weird. I know that Rogan bread, Rogan bread is that bread that doesn't make you fat. That is, like all nuts. It's kind of, like not so pleasant, but it doesn't make Rogan bread. I don't know any name Rogan.
You put a couple quarters in a slot machine, that's it. But I know you like it. Yeah. I know you like it.
Our friend Bernadette and Robert, it's Bernadette's first. Our friend, it's her first time to visit US. Like, I can't wait to hear her story, especially her impression that the land. When she landed in USA, like, oh my God, what will be her reaction? Like that. She said, "Wow." She said that she is like a child because she kept saying, "Wow, wow." That's funny.
Yeah, we'll go there sometime. It'll happen eventually. But right now we've got a great life, and everybody thinks that we don't. They're wrong. So.
Yeah.
She'd be a fish out of the water in Vegas. Yeah.
Till the baby will get bigger like that.
Yeah. Traveling with children, I've done it before. Traveling internationally with a child of any age is a nightmare. So.
Yeah. And nowadays the ticket is so high.
Yeah, it's just crazy expensive. We couldn't afford it now. It's just way, way too expensive right now. But sometime in the future, things will change. We'll see. Well, anyway, I think that's it. Anything else you'd like to say, or no? All right. Well,
we cannot change we cannot change the opinion of other people about the age gap, we
just can't care. If we worry about what other people think, we'd be miserable. So it's like, and also 90% of the correspondence we get through emails and Facebook and everything else has all been positive. Yeah. It's almost all positive. So there's going to be a few people out there that are going to attack you, but it comes with the territory of having a YouTube channel.
Comes with the territory of having a YouTube channel. These YouTubers, they're very. This is a very big problem. The YouTubers, and here you have him talking about a baby passing away.
Channel for a length of time that 5 months ago, my wife Jen and I had our first baby, little Rogan. He's now 5 months old.
Rogan.
And the time he was born, I was 68 years old. I'm now 69, be 70 next July. And of course, A lot of people think that's absolutely insane for someone my age to be fathering a child. And just want to run down
keep in
just kind
mind,
of
guys,
interest
yeah, I
you
don't want
guys
to be
of
insensitive.
other men, older men
Hey,
that are famous that
we are
have
just, I'm sometimes I have my mouth, blah blah blah, judgmental, because this is, but keep in mind he passed away. This is 9 months ago, so this is 4 months before his passing away that he made this video about him being a father, and he became father at age what age? I don't even know. 69 or 79 something. There's a big difference now, 69, 79, but I think 69. But anyhow,
had children later in life and went out there. Steve Martin had a child at 66. Mick Jagger had one at 73. Robert De Niro had a child at 79. Alec Baldwin at 62.
Why are you comparing?
Picasso. Remember, this is back in the day when there were no Viagra.
Yeah, but why are you? There's no Viagra. Listen to this guy's logics. This is kind of disgusting me a little bit, but whatever. That he's thinking about, how can these men become fathers? There was no Viagra. It's kind of gross, and he's comparing himself to movie stars. Guys, that's a little bit too far-fetched for me. That's very much far-fetched.
Mick Jagger had one at 73. Robert De Niro had a child at 79. Alec Baldwin at 62. Picasso. Remember, this is back in the day when there were no Viagra. 68 years old, he fathered a child. Clint Eastwood, 63. Richard Gere, remember him?
Also, you're right.
He had a child at 70. How about George Lucas? He had a child at 69. Billy Joel had a child at 71. Rod Stewart had a child at 69. And Larry King, 66. Paul McCartney had a child at 61. And Charlie Chaplin, again, way before there was Viagra, had a child at 73. And the winner is Anthony Quinn, who had a child at 81 years old. And of course, the big argument that you get is, well, you'll be dead before, they reach maturity and they're not going to have a father. I mean, right now, the way things are in America, 41% of people's first marriage ends up in divorce. So chances are the father's not going to be around. Second marriage is 60% of them end in divorce. And so the father's not going to be around probably. And finally, in third marriage, if they decide to have children, also 73% of those third marriages end up in divorce. So it's one of those things that, we did not take lightly. The last thing I ever thought I would do when I moved to the Philippines was to get married, have a child, date, anything. I've told you guys all that before. And so when I did meet Jen and we discussed, our relationship, being together, living together at first, then getting married. And, of course, children always comes up because she was young. She was 25 when I met her. She's 29 now. And I said, well, I've got 2 grown daughters already. And, I'm just, my age, I don't think it's a good idea. And it's the last thing I really want to do. And she more or less accepted that. And then, of course, the longer we're together and, our relationship kept getting better and better, I realized we're in love and committed to each other. And it's just like, the perfect relationship that we had, which is hard for people to believe with our age difference.
It is hard to believe because we just saw her face and she did not look very much in love. I can believe that you're in love and it makes sense, but we people here, we saw that she is a good person, but she's not. She cannot be in love with you too.
But it's true. And she kept bringing it up and bringing it up, and we debate about it. And her argument was, well, I want something to remember you by. I want a piece of you, when you're gone. And if I have a child, I can still remember you and be a part of our relationship and our love and all that. And I understood that. But I still, wasn't so sure. When I came over here, you guys know that I was struggling financially. I came over here to survive. I was eating beef jerky when I got here that I brought with me. No transportation, no money. And over 5 years' time, things have turned.
I know. He told me about it he told me about his hard time. That's the thing why I cannot, just let go and why I'm watching him. Because this guy reached out to me. I reached out to him and he replied.
Around spectacularly for me. I'm doing quite well now. I have my YouTube channel. I still have my Cambly, which I don't do very much, to tutor in English. And of course, I got my Social Security. And so financially, we're fine. In Filipino standards, we're doing really, really well. Now, if I was in America, it'd be a different situation. So anyway, we talked about it some more, and I realized how much it meant to her. And she never asked me for anything else. She didn't ask for, fancy house or more clothes or whatever. The only thing she wanted was a baby. That was it. And I didn't think, at my age, I was going to be able to have one. anyway, my last child was born, over 25 years ago. So anyway, finally we came to the decision that, okay, if it happens, I'll be happy. If it doesn't happen, you have to accept it. In a store, we're not going to adopt or anything. It's like, that's it, and we go on with our lives. So she accepted that. At the time, I was doing TRT, testosterone replacement therapy, and of course, she didn't get pregnant. And then I, somewhere online or one of my live streams, one of my subscribers, I think, said, "Oh, that TRT, lowers your sperm count. You're not going to get a girl pregnant if you're on TRT." I said, "Well, I didn't know that."
So in the end, he got the girl pregnant or not. He's just talking about this experience, which is interesting. But he's a nice guy. But I don't want. I want this guy. I hate. This is his friends. What's the name?
Well, this video is about 5 things that
This guy is unsupportable. Random Fish, you tell me what you think about this dude, man. Honestly, I want you to tell me honestly what you think. Would you be able to sit with this guy on the table and have a cup of coffee with him? He meets it. This is his girlfriend that becomes his wife. Okay.
Good morning, YouTube. Drew's here.
Alone, the laughter is disgusting.
World famous Baby May. So I thought I would give you guys a little update and talk to you about May's newfound fame. And her bikini fund. So stay tuned for that. Anyway,
I dislike them so much.
Since May's been on the channel,
I don't dislike her, but I dislike him so much. I dislike her for liking him. Let's put it like that.
A new phenomenon that's been going on. Now, it used to be that when May and I would go out, we would go here and we would go there. On occasion, there would be somebody that would be rolling around and they'd recognize me from our little YouTube channel here, the old dog channel. And they would come up and they would say, "Hey, Paul, like your channel, this, that, the other." It's always nice to meet people. And May over here would always break my pulse. You say, "Oh, you're really famous." No, I'm not. There's a few people in town that know me.
Look at how cocky he is.
3 or 4 days ago, we were at Bo's Coffee, and we were waiting to, what were we doing? We were going to the hospital or something to pick up some medication. And 2 people came by and introduced themselves to me. And both of them said, "Oh, and look, that's Baby May." But here's the topper. This is what I really wanted to share with you about this famous over here. Is yesterday, there's a guy that opened up a food truck really close to where I live. And it's next to an Okai store where May likes to shop and get clothes. And it also has a car wash / gay rinse.
It reminds me very much of like a wannabe Jerry Springer. And look at her. Look at her. She's trying to keep that perfect face, looking into the camera. It is so unreal, it's completely, like fake. It's that he, as her husband or boyfriend, should tell her, "You're looking pretty enough as you are, but if you're like this, people don't find you pretty. Just be natural, like take your phone play or like, I don't know, get something, a notepad, right? Something, like, but to stare like this into the camera, perfect angle, is ridiculous." And he looks like Jerry Springer for me as well. I don't know.
Scooter wash. And so the guy that owns it his name is Russell. And I'm going to do my best to interview with him about an incident or actually a tragedy that happened in his life that I really, really want to share with you guys. But I don't want to write checks that my YouTube channel can't cash. So that's all I'll say about that. But if I do have an opportunity to get with him, that's going to be something you're definitely going to want to watch. I promise you. Where was I? Oh, yeah. So we went to Russell's place. He has awesome fish and chips. He's got, American stuff, British stuff. And it's the real deal. And so a few nights ago, May and I had gone to a place called Bamboo Bob's to watch our friend Ed Sheeran perform on the flute. He was doing a little concert. And a friend of mine, Bud Brown, was
see
there.
Her face? She's annoying.
The channel Bud Brown Live. And he filmed it. And so there's a little plug for Ed and for Bud Brown. So if you're not subscribed or if you're not familiar with Bud Brown, it's called Bud Brown Live. And he's got a video up of Ed's little concert that he did for all of us, which was really great. Back to the story. While I was at Bamboo Bob's, these guys that are British and love their fish and chips were talking to me about this guy and his food cart. And they said, you got to go there, Paul. You got to go check it out. So I did. And May and I went there, and I ordered my fish and chips, and I got to know Russell a little bit, and we chit-chatted. And we're just there minding our own business. May went off to the Okai Okai. Of course, you had to go find some new sexy shorts or something to wear.
Look, what a laughter.
And so...
What was that all about? What was that about, guys? That was so gross for me. Of course, she had to go find some sexy shorts to buy. And then that laughter. What is that all about? And look at her face. This is cringe to the maximum. Honestly.
And God, this guy comes, sits down at the table, just doesn't even look at me, and he goes, hey, look, it's Baby May. I didn't even get an honorable mention. And his girlfriend with the little baby, they were oh yeah, Baby May. So she's enjoying her newfound fame. And another thing that May really likes to do is, you used to be overweight. Yeah, you used to weigh 80 kilos. Is that right, May? 80 kilos. Now she's down to 40 kilos. So that's kind of an amazing story in and of itself. And so she's enjoying her beautiful figure and enjoys modeling. So she's been buying bikinis, and we've been going out and doing little.
How can somebody be 40 kilos? There's nobody that's 40 kilos. Do you understand? These people don't even know what they're talking about. It's sad and ridiculous. And look at them. Look at her smiling like a moron. I'm sorry, like a moron. What are you smiling to the camera for, girl? Because he's such a great entertainer, you don't even understand what the fuck he's saying. It's not even making sense. You were never 40 kilos. You were when you were age 10, 12, but...
Full photo shoots. Just look at her face. She really enjoys playing the role of the model. And so I said, okay, here's the deal.
Yeah.
Back in November, I hit 1,000 subscribers, and I hit 4,000 watch hours, which qualifies us, the Old Dog channel, to be what's called monetized. Monetized simply means that they play annoying ads before, during, and after one of these goofy videos that we do. But it generates income. And back in November, I had made a deal with Baby May. I said, look, we hit the thing. I got an email from YouTube that said, hey, you've hit it, and you're going under review, and we'll let you know when you're monetized, and you can put ads on there. And I said, I'll make you a deal. Any money that we get from YouTube, because it's not really substantial, I get a check every month. May doesn't get a check. She quit working when she moved in with this goofball. So I said, I'll just give you the money. You can have it to do with as you please. And you can use it to build up your savings account. You can use it to go out and buy clothes. Knowing her, she'll put 90% of it into her savings account. But being a smart Providence girl, she knows that she needs to save money. And so I made that promise, and May's like, how long?
This is at the very beginning. Look at her still smiling the same way, you know. Doesn't your mouth hurt already, girl? He promised all of this, and then you see them run out of money, and he makes stupid decisions. He thinks that he's a superstar. She also thinks she's a superstar. Then they run out of money. Then their friend Mark dies, you know, and just assholes. This is karma. I always told you guys karma, you know, like during COVID times, I was writing to these guys, you know, I'm saying like, oh my God, you're in the same situation as me, you know. And yeah, but karma, they're not good people. That's why that guy probably passed away. I'm just saying. There's a reason for everything.
How long does that take?
And there's a reason why I'm not passing away. Like, for fuck's sakes, man. 4 times I should have been already dead and it never worked. What the fuck? It's annoying. Now it's not anymore, but I still don't understand why other people so easy pass away and then I that attempted, good attempts, not.
30 days. We should be monetized in 30 days. And that was November 30th. So I went off to Vietnam in December. I figured, okay, cool. 30 days, December, January 1, we'll start off with 2020, and May will start having a little paycheck coming in, and we'll see what happens.
She's again a smile.
Well, nothing happened. So I started Googling and YouTubing about monetization on YouTube. And the sage advice that I was getting at the time was they're overwhelmed right now. And there's a new FCC ruling about kids and this and that and the other. And they've added 10,000 new employees. And I said, okay, that makes sense. They're just busy. Excuse me. So then my friend Jenny, who has a channel called Miss V's Diary. I think you've seen her on my channel. I've interviewed her a couple of times. And she's got a little channel. Well, she got to 1,000 subscribers and she got to 4,000 watch hours. And like 2 days later, she got monetized. And I was really happy for her. I think it's awesome. But I thought, well,
yeah, that's cool, yeah.
What's the deal?
I was talking to this guy, to these people during this period.
In the queue here for almost 2 months. And she's in there, so they're not that busy. It can't be, because I was first. Where's my money?
Oh my
so,
God, the laughter.
Where's my money? It can't be, because I was first. Where's my money? Where's my money? Where's my money? Where's my money? So I started Googling, how do I find out why I'm not being monetized? And I got very little information. But the advice that they gave me was to go into the comment section of my channel. You have this little thing called a studio and all that jazz. And fire them off a comment. And it includes a screenshot showing that, you're qualified, what's the deal? So I did that. No reply. Another couple of weeks went by. And so I started Googling it again. I started asking some people. I asked Gio, I asked Bud, and they're like, I don't know, never heard of such a thing. I got approved. So-and-so got approved in 3 days. I got approved in 4 days, blah, blah, blah. And finally I ran across a guy on YouTube that said there's people that have been waiting for up to a year for this process to go through. And the best way to get a hold of them is via Twitter. Well, I used to have a Twitter account, but I never used it. So anyway, I reinstalled Twitter. I went to YouTube and I sent them a tweet. I said, hey, what's the deal? How come you guys haven't reviewed my channel? And they tweeted me right back. And they said, well, we have reviewed your channel. And it's under further review. You may want to check your content.
Look at this guy. He's so obnoxious with the laughter. He really is. And I don't understand how he does not see this himself. Like, come on, man. Know that you're obnoxious. Doesn't your girlfriend tell you that it's not okay? That it's obnoxious?
And I thought, what has the little old dog channel done that YouTube would find exception with? I mean, I don't use any music, so I'm not copywriting infringement deal. I don't have any kids on the show.
That makes it ridiculous.
I'm not torturing animals. I'm not swearing a lot. And what's the deal? And so I asked my friend Gio. And Gio...
What was the point there? I'm not swearing a lot.
Contacted a guy named Enrique. Most of you guys know who Enrique is. And then I met up with Gio yesterday for coffee. And he says, yeah, me and Enrique look at your channel. And there's maybe some stuff on there that they're taking exception with. So, long story short, I am still under review because of the old dog channel. Yeah, YouTube has deemed to be needing further.
Well said, well said, well said. Bravo, 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 Anita. You said it exactly as it is, because it can be considered as porn and minors because you're showing all these young girls and you're cackling and laughing obnoxiously in the background. Well said, Anita. Thank you so much. This is why we have the chat of the intelligent people.
Review. So what we did, or what Gio did for me, he says here, these are maybe controversial. You got a girl that's a scammer. You talked about suicide and depression. That might be a buzzword that they're picking up on. And blah, blah, blah. My opinion is some feminists got a hold of it and didn't like it.
What is this?
But that's kind of where we stand. And so I feel bad for little May here. So what I did was I was talking to Gio, and I couldn't figure out how to do it. It took him 5 minutes. I tried for 3 days, but I put a PayPal thing on my channel. There's a PayPal button that you can hit if you so desire. And until this thing gets resolved, if you're of the mind, send her a little cash. Let her buy a new bikini.
Yeah, send her some money. Because she's working so hard. She's here smiling her fucking face off.
I want to see how it works. And I'm really curious about your comments about this YouTube deal. I still haven't gotten a lot of questions from you guys as far as something that I can do a Q&A with. In other words, there's some medical stuff that I did, and I'm really going to get into some medical stuff in the near future. But I got
here, I'm not bullshitting. This is the beginning. This is 5 years ago. Until today, they're still together, married and all. But now she became a boss woman. I'll show you. This is now.
Got to keep some of that in the bag. But I really would like feedback from you guys as to just give me some questions, and I'll do my best. Well, Tibbers, too bad.
I found. Look.
And of course, crazy people. In this video, I'm going to do a house build update. And I'm going to show the progress, or possibly the lack of progress, that has taken place on the property. We entered into an agreement 5.5 months ago. And the agreement, well, you'll see in the video, because I read it verbatim, what the agreement is. So anyway, without giving away the whole story, it's a very, very short video, 8 or 9 minutes. And it's going to show you the lot. I'm going to read the agreement, and I'm going to show you what kind of progress has been made in the last 5.5 months on the little house that I'm trying to build for my wife. Okay, here comes our goofy little video. Well, here we are, folks. As promised, a long time ago, this is an update on Baby May's house build.
Yes.
And this is a build for Baby May, not for me. And the reason that we bought property and decided to build a house, or why I did, is because there's a 30-year age gap between May and myself. And when I go to the happy hunting ground, I want to be rest assured that she has a place to live and that it's paid for free and clear. So 1.5 years ago, we bought a piece of property we're sitting on right now.
Yeah.
And we paid cash for that. And then we waited and we recouped some of that money. And then we were approached by a builder, and he wanted to do our build. And everyone involved in this is going to remain unnamed. But we thought it would be fair that we would read what the agreement states and where we are as of today. And the one thing that I want to focus in on, I've got all kinds of different documents as far as trust and deeds of sale and all that, which makes the whole thing legal. We know the place is ours. But this is what I want to focus on in the contract between me and the contractor. And that is the work.
I'm showing him. That's why I'm showing him that. I don't understand how people cannot see how disgusting he is.
Shall be completed by the builder within 180 days, working days, started upon completion of the first payment. And I have given the first payment. Provided, however, that any delay of reason of force, majeure of fortuitous event, or by reason of additional constructions or amendments to or changes in the construction shall be excluded. In other words, if I came in and they were working on the place and I said, hold on, I want to change this room and I want to put it over there, or I want this to go over here, or I want to change the design of the kitchen, we have done none of that. We have simply approved the original plan that he's done, and we asked him to please clear the lot, which he agreed to do, and he's going to elevate the land. We did have some coconut trees. What I want to point out is that we signed this on June 8th of this year. And so today is, I believe, November 14th. Okay, thank you, baby. So what do we got there? We got, what did I say, June? So we got June, July, August, September, October. There's 5 months, and then half of November. So we're at 5.5 months into this. We're 2 weeks away from our 180 days. Now, it's working days. What's a working day? Well, my interpretation...
Pierre, I love you. You're so intelligent, and that's why people dislike you, because you're so intelligent. You read the body language also before you read a lot. You're very psychological, intelligent. Very much. I can notice from all your comments.
Of a working day is one where they are not held up either by legal holidays.
Body language is closed. She's not feeling good. She's not like having a good time.
Or by weather that just does not allow them to show up, i.e. a monsoon, wind, typhoon.
Yeah. Look at the puppy in the background. How cute.
All that. I will grant them that we have had some rain. I will grant them that we've had some legal holidays in the last 6 months that the workers should be able to abide by. And we honor those. So out of the last 5.5 months, I'm going to be fair, and I'm going to say that there's been 4 months worth of working days here on the property. And in just a minute, I'm going to take you on a tour, and I'm going to show you exactly what's been done in 4 months. All righty, kids. Well, I guess the first thing we'll point out, if I can get my camera person, is that electrical pole right there. Noriko?
Yeah.
Okay, we're fortunate. We've got that right in front of our house. And in the permits, we were told that electricity would be hooked up in the builder's name. In fact, we had a meeting with the builder about 10 days ago. Yeah. Unfortunately, I was sick as a dog.
Hey, Jessica.
But we still met up. May signed a couple of forms.
Yeah.
And we still don't have any electricity.
Yeah.
Same thing with water. We just double checked with the foreman.
Jessica, before I made a poem for garlic bread. And we just spin the wheel. And the garlic bread was like that. I made a poem. I sent him the poem. And we're just looking at gross men. Gross men that are doing gross in Asia. You know, being old and taking advantage of young women.
If you look out here, just in general pan around, you'll see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 guys, and or 7 guys, and they're basically cutting away or hacking away at the dirt that's at the bottom of the coconut trees that they pulled out 5 months ago. Okay, so that being said,
look at they got someone to film them, and look, she has to go hand in hand. It's hand in hand. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous, guys. It's ridiculous.
There's all these trenches. And if you come here with the camera and take a look, the trenches are being grown in with plants, vegetation, etc. All because it's been so long. And if you go over here, we're actually getting new growth coming back.
Banana.
Get a new banana tree coming in. And this land was all cleared. And yet, basically, since no one's been here, it's growing back in, and it's actually growing into the trenches. And then if you look to the very, very back there, that is the bunkhouse and a commode that the gentlemen have built for themselves. There's 7 people here today, and that is the most people that we have seen here in 5 months. The first couple of weeks, they were here with a shovel. They were moving the coconut trees, stumps out of the way. They're still piled up in the middle. They've yet to be removed.
Yeah.
And
so arrogant.
I think Baby May's a little disappointed.
Yeah.
Now, when we were having a casual conversation,
guys,
the builder said offhandedly, you know what, May?
Guys, along that he calls her Baby May, it's pedophilic, guys. It's pedophilic. Yeah, he should not have done. YouTube should have told him, you cannot call this woman baby, dude. You cannot. It's just gross. You're just gross, dude.
Hopefully you'll be in your house this Christmas.
May.
And it's November 14th.
Yeah.
I think he must have been referring to Christmas of 2025 because this doesn't look like, I don't know. You tell me, does this look like 5.5 months worth of work on a house build? All right, kids, that's the update for this week. We're going to be coming out here weekly and bringing you up to speed. One thing I want to add, this is the most people that we have seen on the lot for the last 5 months. The other times that we've been up here, there's been 2 guys. And when we showed up today, nobody was working. They were all in the bunkhouse. But when we showed up, surprisingly, they all got a burst of energy and came out and started doing something. So anyway, that's my update on Baby May's little house that we're trying to build, and we will see you in the next video.
Yeah.
Hey guys, it got interrupted. I want to end on a serious note because Mark, I forgot even his name now, but this guy from White Underbelly, Latia, they interviewed him, so it's interesting. Me personally, I know the guy. I wrote him an email. He wrote me back. Well, another person that wrote me back, and then 4 years ago, Bang, Indonesia, and last I got the email back. No, he told me that I have to go to America. I was not in America when I wrote him. And then when I was in America, I didn't feel like writing him anymore. Anyways, irrelevant. Yeah. Somebody interviewed him. I'm curious what he has to say. That he does exploit people for content, but that's a job, but he does exploit people. I don't think that he's such a good guy. Like he sounds. Let's put it like that.
It's going to be hard.
It is going to be hard.
Something happened last week that's so central to what I'm trying to show and change about all of us that I think it's worth talking about. It's important. I've had I've had a girlfriend for the last 2.5 years.
Okay, so now we have
Kiara.
Wow.
Who
I didn't expect this.
I met. She brought in her mom for an interview. Her mom is a homeless addict, lives on the streets to this day, and we met and just kind of clicked and got along. And it was really, she wasn't the kind of girl I thought I would ever be involved with romantically, but it turned into that very quickly. And it was really the most wonderful relationship. It was magical. We both used to say all the time, like, I can't believe this is happening. It's like both of us seem to love each other more
every day.
The relationship got stronger and better as it went on, and it was beautiful. It was just amazing. She used to say, I used to say, I was much older than I am much older than she is, and I used to say, like, if you ever want to get rid of me because I'm too old, just let me know. And she goes, like, I would never do that. You're like irreplaceable. There's nobody like you, and I felt the same way about her. It's like she was one of a kind, so fun and kind, and her sense of humors were perfectly matched. It was like we just constantly made each other laugh. My job is hard. I do this all day, and some days are really difficult. Like I would just come home fried. And
it's not a hard job. Consider yourself lucky. I don't like when people that are lucky and realize their dream, they complain. I really despise them.
In a nasty sour mood, and I would walk in the door and
for nothing that they need. They want pity from something that is nothing to pity for. Like you got the job you wanted. What are you complaining about?
Sit down and just within 3 minutes, everything was erased and just gone. It would evaporate just because of the way she treated me, the way we interacted. It was just magical. And it was the best. Only 2.5 years, but probably one of the best things that ever happened to me.
Mark, Laura, Latia.
It didn't matter, this age difference. You guys were just best friends.
She was very mature for her age. She was in her 20s. She was very mature for her age. I had a hard time believing she was in her 20s, more like 30s. She looked 30 something. And I am very young at heart for my age. So yes, on paper it's a big age gap, but in reality, we were perfectly matched. Perfectly matched. It sounded weird on paper, but if you saw us together, there's nothing weird about it. She had a 3-year-old son. She has a 3-year-old son.
You know how I am. I always speculate. I could even imagine that because it's his background and everything, so it's kind of his show. I personally think that he's trying, that maybe his views or something is going down. He has no more topics. He's running out. So now it's like he gotta make the content more interesting by making himself part of it. Could be. I'm just talking from a perspective from a creator, director, like film. Is this authentic? I don't think so. I think this guy, he would not show himself in front of camera with his problems. I think it's part of.
We would see each other every day, every night, have breakfast every other day, and then get
There's
together
some
for
truth
the
to it.
evening.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say that it's a lie, but it's made for the show.
And then we would be texting each other. She'd text me all these really sweet little love kind of messages throughout the day, and that was really sweet. I enjoyed all that silly little stuff. It was really something I never thought I'd like in a relationship. Very different kind of woman than I've ever been with before. I was always into these almost elusive, challenging, difficult people, and she was none of that. Just loving, kind, open, honest, sweet.
Check this out. Anita's distant family member was interviewed by Mark Latia. This is so interesting. Small word, huh? Cool.
Just the greatest.
Not cool what happened to her, but cool that such a small world.
In every way. And last Wednesday, I texted her like I always do at night. I came by to see her just briefly because she had some friends over. But I came by to say hi. She was her usual self. Everything was perfect. I left and I texted her when I went to bed. She texted me back right away. And then in the morning, I get up early. I text her and don't expect a reply right away, but like 8 o'clock goes by, 9 o'clock goes by, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock. So I drive over. She lived nearby my studio. And I have a key to her place. I go open the door. Her 3-year-old son is there with a stinky diaper. And I go, where's mommy? And he points to the bedroom. And I go into the bedroom. The bed is empty.
You see that you mentioned the stinky diaper. A person that, if this really happened, you wouldn't mention the stinky diaper. You would find it unnecessary. The story alone as it is, with your feelings is traumatic enough. You don't feel the need to add those little details. I'm just saying, guys, from psychological knowledge.
And I go into the bathroom, and she's underwater laying in the bathtub, curled up. And I'm just like, I just didn't know what to make of that. But I grabbed her and I tried to pull her out, and she was hard and cold. Lips were blue. And she'd obviously been in there for
that's pretty weird, no? That
12 hours.
Happened to him.
Something like that.
Maybe you should not have been paying attention to your content and exploiting all these other people. Maybe you should have been paying attention to your girlfriend. Mark Latia, you're not looking very good to me. I don't feel pity for you at all. You don't get my pity. Not at all, not at all. Sorry, guy.
Long enough to not be savable. And there's a joint on the side of the bathtub. She likes to smoke her. And I tried CPR. I called 911 immediately. They came right away. But nothing's going to happen. Nothing was going to happen. And
Puppet bike in Chicago.
It was just like getting hit by a train. Like, this girl I loved just died. And there was no explanation of how or why. I can't make sense of it. And I don't know. I don't. Information is coming out. The detectives called me.
Sorry, guys.
A couple of days later and said they found.
I am an asshole sometimes. I'm making
they found pain. They talked to her friends that she was with that night. She was doing pain, and she had been doing pain regularly for the last couple months, at least few months.
But you didn't know about that.
And I didn't know about it. Like, I didn't know. She kept me out of the loop on that, and she hit it very well, and I didn't know. And this is a late night thing because I go to bed so early. She's staying up later. She'd probably do every night. And another thing that's important, so it looks like an overdose then once you see that. But in her family, there are 3, I think they're all female, 3 women that died of myocarditis. Myocarditis is where the lining of your heart, and I think it enlarges and your heart stops. So 3 of her relatives, close relatives, passed away from myocarditis. One more young relative had a pacemaker put in. So myocarditis and mixed together, I was reading about it on the internet, is really just like it's a recipe to how to stop your heart. And my guess is that's probably thinking about this nonstop since it happened, not sleeping, it's hard, and
soul crushing.
Yeah, soul crushing.
I don't believe it. I'm not buying it, guys. And I'm afraid that maybe because I can be an asshole, because probably some of this story is true. But I'm not buying into it. I don't know why.
Word.
I don't know why. I'm not buying into this.
It's the last thing we thought it was gonna.
Everybody, like the last thing, like her parents were her adopted parents. So she was her biological mom.
A lot of people
is
that say he was exploiting, and it's just a smart content creator. Working on sympathy and emotions.
She never met her father. Doesn't even know who her dad is. Biological dad. She was adopted by this couple, married couple, and they saved her life. They loved her. They raised her. They did a great job. She's a wonderful person because of them. But the scar of having your parents, your biological parents, both decide to not even bother with you. We don't want it. Like dad.
Let us see what Anita sent us. Can you see it? Short. Look how cute. Very nice. Puppetbag.com. Look how nice. Happy people making stuff like this. Serves them right to be also happy.
This is how you know summer in Chicago is coming. Look how cute they are. Yeah. I love these guys.
I was in Chicago in my life. That's good. Thank you.
All right, bye.
Thank you, 14. My lovely people, you know what I will have to tell you? I've already been here 2 hours and more. With me, it's already after 2 o'clock, and tomorrow's the week, the week starts, guys. It is what it is. What can I do? It's almost already 3 o'clock in the morning. So I have to go to sleep and wake up tomorrow at least at 8 o'clock. I have to be awake. And then start, my work at 9 o'clock. So, but I need 1 hour, to wake up and get my brain moving. And then I will give you update, or we see what will happen tomorrow. I'll keep you up to date with what's going on in Vienna with my life. But I thank you so much for hanging out. I'm sorry that I cannot hang out longer. It's a time difference. What can I do, I made videos, like I try to give the best what I can of myself, but I say thank you, Random Fishy, lovely Anita. I love you guys so much. Thanks for hanging out. I like groceries. Peer. Thank you also for coming. You guys are mature, grown up, and I love it, that we have our gang, and people already kind of know that we're untouchable. That's when they don't come in my chat, and it's a good thing they don't come, because they know we're untouchable, because they will feel very stupid here. In order to be accepted here, you have to have or a good joke or a smart comment, or you got to be known. If you're neither, then they feel, intimidated to enter the chat. I can relate. I can understand. Jessica Messica, also thank you so much for popping by. Let's see what the other people, Yo Mama, make entertainment. Come on, dude. Let's hope that don't do stupid entertainment. Think about something funny like I did. Look, I tried my best and I did something today. Something funny, entertaining, not just giggles about nothing. Look at the sky is blue and the tree is orange. Do you want the tree to be orange? You want to make it green? Find so funny green. Find so funny orange. It's so stupid. It is very, limited, conversation for the stupid, for the very stupid. But it is what it is. This is life. People always, associate with who they understand, who they are similar with. That's why we have here our smart group. It was Father's Day. Yeah, Father's Day was here already 1 week ago. It's different. We had here Father's Day a week ago. Next stream should be Puppet Bike. Anita, write to me and let me know more about it so I can prepare for tomorrow. Because we have to have some entertainment tomorrow. Really, help me out. Anita, help me out, prepare. Help me out, prepare for tomorrow. This I say thank you so very much. And I hug you, I kiss you, and I say thank you and peace, peace, peace.